Talking with Ben, he said he leads the room right now in pancake blocks. How's that going up with you right now?
Yeah, he does. We chart, knockdown, so it includes cut blocks as well. Ben's real big into that. Obviously, he's a great blocker. So we got a little chart, with all the tight end names, just kind of the side of our tight end room. It's kind of like a competition, and he's beat me pretty well.
Are you saying that he's just good at cut blocks and not pancakes?
Oh no, it includes both. He's good at both. But he has more than me. I think I had about 5 this game. I think he had 7. So it was pretty close this game. Some games he's up in the double digits, but I try to keep up with him.
Kyler, do you tell the quarterbacks that you can also catch shorter passes too, or you just touchdown passes?
Well, I was kind of joking with Zach because I actually dropped the shortest pass, this week. I just do my part. A lot of the times, with how well we're running the ball, the safeties come flying up to stop the run, and that just gives me the opportunity to go deep. And they do a great job of finding me.
Did the run open up the pass for you Saturday, the touchdown pass? The previous runs opened that up for you?
Oh yeah, especially if you have Roy running for over 300 yards, the safeties, they have to step up. They have to do something to stop Roy. Play I scored on was a play action pass, so which left me one-on-one with the corner. Safeties came up, and that's exactly what we want.
What kind of a move did you put on the corner on that play? Because he, when you veered off toward the middle of the field, he went the other way. Is that kind of the way that you hope it goes when you get down the field like that?
Yeah, that's the perfect thing. I ran a lot of corners actually against Okie State, so I know a lot of corners were on film. He ran a lot of corner routes, so I gave him a kind of a slight move towards the outside, got him to flip his hips, and then just let Taylor kind of lead me to the middle.
So you intended to move him?
Yeah, because if you don't, we call it stem him, get him off his landmark, you'll run right into him. They do a good job of getting their hands on us, and that's something we work on in practice. So if you're going to go right at him, if you run right at him, he's going to knock you off your route, and you probably won't get open.
Is there a misconception about this offense, tight ends' involvement, and how many opportunities you get? Because I know a lot of tight ends who fancy themselves more ball catchers than blockers want to go to the passing offense. Do you think that's a misconception about this offense, that the tight end doesn't get nearly as many opportunities with the ball in the passing game?
In our room, I know we're not worried about it at all. We want to be complete players, so we want to work on blocking as well. If you're getting caught up in worrying about how many catches you get, you're not really focused. We try to be great team players. As far as the outside, I'm not sure how people think about that. I'm perfectly fine with the situation at hand. I mean, both Ben and I had catches this week, so we're real excited about that.
Prior to the Missouri game, did you guys, when you were just putting this plan together, did you get a sense that you were going to be able to bust some big plays on there? Did you guys talk about that as an offense?
We don't really necessarily talk about getting big plays. We talk a lot about just execution and details, little things like that. We had a great week of practice though, so we knew we were going to be well prepared, and we knew there's going to be a lot of opportunities for us to take advantage if we did the little things correct. We don't really focus on making big plays. They come when everyone does your job, when everyone does the right thing.
You guys have put so many big plays on film earlier in the season, and yet they keep coming. What do you think that's about?
It's just a team effort. We got guys up front blocking well. If we can get a hat on everyone, we got great backs. They read the blocks very well. You got Taylor's extra fast. So I can say it's a lot about preparation, and if we're well prepared, then big plays will come.
Sorry. What kind of a feeling did you guys have as offensive players last year after the Iowa State game when the offense turned it over 8 times?
Personally, I didn't play too much that game, but just knowing, talking to other guys, it's just kind of like we let the defense down. I think the defense held them to 9 points. Anytime you have 8 turnovers or anything near 8 turnovers, you kind of you're kind of down. That's one thing we got to be well prepared for, because that's one thing they do really well. If you look back 2 years ago, we played them, we had 5 turnovers against them, and we can't allow that to happen again this year.
That was the second straight week of losing at home, and it was a tough point in your season. You guys turned it around, but do you remember those days after that game being difficult to forward?
It was, but the one thing we did well was we learned, because that was kind of the turning point of our season. And after that, I think we won out. So, except for the Big 12 championship game. So, the coaches didn't allow us to kind of just wander around. We got back to practice. We picked up the pace in practice, and it really helped.
Do you think last year's game provided like cautionary tale? What happens when you have a conference game like now?
A little bit. Obviously we don't ever want to have a letdown conference or, non-conference. But it was just definitely a learning. We had so many yards of offense, and then the turnovers just, we learned turnovers kill the team.
Does that make you wary of the way Iowa State plays defense when you know that they've turned you over 13 times in two years?
Yes, definitely. We're still. We didn't have any turnovers this game. It doesn't mean we're not going to do our ball security drills. We do that every, Monday and Tuesday before practice, and it's helping. It's in our bloodstream. Kind of, we're starting to get used to it. Locking the ball right when you catch it, stuff like that. But definitely, especially 13 of the last 2 games, that's definitely has to be in the back of your mind, because that's one thing they do really well.
Kyler, after these last 2 weeks and last week beating Missouri, you guys are in the Traverse City in the North. What's the attitude like in the locker room?
The confidence is real high, but pretty much we're thinking, just because we beat Missouri doesn't mean we've definitely won the North. We still have to play KU, Colorado and Iowa State, so we can't, this is November now, we can't have any more letdowns. We've already had one. This is a huge point of the season. Everything we want is still out there. We want to dominate the North. We want to get to the Big 12 championship game again. And if we start overlooking opponents, they'll sneak up on us.